Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are very fine. Now, in the previous lectures, I have discussed about force, different types of force, causes of force, whatever. In this chapter, we will read about friction. Okay. In the previous chapter, you have gotten some idea about friction. Okay. Now we will read in details. So, what is friction? Before starting friction, I am giving some examples. Suppose a rolling ball, if you see a rolling ball slows down and after some time it stops. Okay. Again, if you stop paddling a bicycle, then it slows down and stops. Okay. So, why does this stop? So there must have the opposite force which try to prevent the motion of that object. Okay, now look at this. Suppose this is a ball and this ball is rolling on the ground. Okay, and this is the direction of the motion of that ball. Okay, so if you see after some time this ball slows down and come at rest. Okay, so why does this happen? So there must have a opposite force or opposite thing. There must have a opposite thing which try to prevent. There must have something which try to prevent the motion of that body. Understand? So there must have something which try to prevent the motion of that ball. Okay, that means that thing try to oppose the motion or the movement of the body. Okay, and that is called the friction. Understand? That is called the friction. That is friction. What is friction? Friction is the force acting between two surfaces in contact and tend to oppose the motion or the movement of body. Okay, so that means friction is the force which try to prevent the motion of that object or try to prevent the movement of any object. Understand? And we have read in the last chapter that it is a contact force. Okay, that means the force comes to act when the bodies are in contact. Suppose the ball and ground is at contact and the friction occur or friction acts at the point of contact. Suppose this is the ball and this is the ground. So if the ball is moving in that direction, then at the point of contact there must have an opposite force. In opposite means in the opposite direction. If the direction of ball is in this way from left to right, then the friction has the direction from right to left, and it is at the point of contact. This is the ground and this is the ball. If the ball move in this direction, then the friction act or in this direction. Okay, so this frictional force try to prevent the motion of that body. Okay, suppose this pen is moving in this direction and I am pushing from this direction. Okay, so what will happen? The pen will stop. Okay, similarly, if the ball is moving in this direction, then the friction acts in the opposite direction and after some time the ball stops. Okay, so understand what is friction. So friction is a force or the frictional force acting between two surfaces in contact, because the friction acts at the point of contact and which try to oppose the motion of any object or try to prevent the movement of the body. Understand what is friction? Okay, so what is friction? Done. Next, examples. I have already told the example. First, a rolling ball slows down and stops after some time. Okay. Second, if we stop the paddling a cycle, then it slows down and stop. Okay, these are the examples. Okay, so understand what is friction. Remember, friction is a force which acts in the opposite to the direction of motion and it acts at the point of contact between two bodies. At the point of contact between two bodies, that means at that point they touch or they contact to each other. Okay, and it try to prevent the motion of any object. Okay, next, causes of friction. Next, causes of friction. What is the causes of friction? Now, if you see any table or any book, whatever, it looks like it is smooth surface. The surfaces are very smooth. A table, a sunmica, a book surface are very smooth. It looks like in our naked eyes. It looks very smooth. But actually, the surfaces of this are not smooth. Okay, if you see under a microscope, it contains number of peaks and valleys. It contains number of peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys means suppose peaks, valleys, peaks, valleys, peaks. Number of peaks and valleys. These are the peaks and valleys. Peaks means up and valleys means down. Peaks and it consists of number of peaks and valleys like this. Peak, valleys, peak, valley, peak, valley, peak, valley. Okay. Okay. If you see, you can't see this in our naked eyes, but if we see under a microscope, then we can observe it. Okay. So, suppose this is a table, and if you see in microscope, it consists of large number of peaks and valleys. Okay, and we put a book on the table. So the surface of the book also consists of large number of peaks and valleys. Okay. Okay. Suppose this is a book. It also consists large number of peaks and valleys. Okay, now see this. Listen, at the point of contact between two bodies, the peaks and valleys interlock to each other. How? Understand this matter. What are the causes of friction? Now listen, these peaks and valleys are called irregularities. The peaks and valleys are called, these are called irregularities. Irregularities are. Okay. So any object consists of large number of peaks and valleys or irregularities. Okay. So now, if two bodies are in contact, it does not mean the whole body is in contact with another body. Okay. Okay. The bodies are in contact only in the peaks and valleys. Okay, only peaks and the valleys. Suppose this is a book, this is a table. Look at this. This peaks and valley is in contact. Okay. But no, this point is not in contact. Again, this point, this peak and valley is in contact. This peak and valley, but these points are not in contact. Okay, like this. Suppose this is the table surface and this is the book surface. This is a book surface. Look at this. All the points are not in contact. But in our naked eyes, we see the book is in contact. But the book is in contact only peak and valleys. Only peak and valleys. Okay. So these peaks and valleys interlock to each other. Okay. 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 So if we give some force on that book and we try to move it, then we have to overcome this interlocking. Remember this term, interlocking. if we try to move that book on the table, then we have to overcome this interlocking. That means this interlocking also gives some force in the opposite to the direction. Suppose I am giving force in this direction, then this interlocking gives some force in this direction, in horizontal, and this is called the friction, and this is the applied force by me or anyone. Applied force, this is the applied force. Okay, understand? And this irregularities are the causes of this friction, because due to this irregularities two bodies interlock to each other, and if we try to move any object, then we have to overcome this interlocking. That means this interlocking opposes the motion. This interlocking opposes the motion of that object. That means it gives some force in opposite to the direction, and this force is called the friction or frictional force, whatever. Understand what is the causes of friction? This irregularities causes the friction. Okay, so now listen. We say any smooth surface has less friction, and any rough surface has greater friction, because any rough surface consists of large number of irregularities. Rough surface greater than smooth. Friction. Rough surface has the greater friction than smooth because it consists of large number of irregularities than the smooth surface. Rough surface consists of large number of irregularities than the smooth surface. So if there are large number of irregularities, then the interlocking is greater. Interlockings are greater. That means the points of contact are greater. Okay, then we have to give more force to move that object. Okay, and the friction is also greater. So understand, that means the friction depends on nature of the object. Understand how? Because rough surface has greater friction than the smooth surface. That means friction depends on the nature of the object. Okay, or objects, not objects. Second, friction depends. Friction. Next, suppose this is a table and there is a brick on the table. Okay. Now, if you try to move this brick, then we have to put some force, which is F1. Okay. Now we put another brick on that brick. Now you see the point area of the contact. This is the area of the contact. Area of the contact is same. But masses are greater. Because before there is a one brick and now we have two bricks. Now you say we have to put same force to move this brick or no? Similarly, no. We have to put or apply more force to move these bricks. Okay, suppose now the force is required F2. Obviously F2 greater than F1. If F2 is greater, then the friction in this time is also greater. Friction is the opposite force, obviously. Okay, so we can say friction depend on the mass. Friction depend on the masses of the objects. Understand how? this is the applied force. If F1 is applied, then we have to overcome the opposite force, that is friction. Okay, and now force is F2. Then we have to overcome this force, frictional force. Okay, and that is F2. The friction increases. Then if F2 is greater than F1, that means we have required more force. We required more force to overcome this. That means friction also increases. If mass increases, friction also increases. That's why F2 is greater than F1. F1 or F2 are not friction, but if we want to move that bodies, then we have to overcome the frictional force. If F2 is greater than F1, then we need more force to overcome the friction when there are two bricks. That means the friction increases due to the increasing of the mass. Understand? That means friction depends on the masses of the object. Okay. Now understand what is the cause of friction? Irregularities. If there is irregularities at the point of contact, they interlock to each other, and if we want to move it, then we have to overcome this interlocking, and that means there is an opposite force or which try to oppose the movement of the body. Then this is called the friction. Okay, and if there is more irregularities, then the friction is greater. That means for rough surface, irregularities is greater, and for smooth surface, irregularities are less than the rough surface, then friction is less. And friction depend on the nature of the object, because rough surface has greater friction than the smooth surface, and friction also depend on the mass of the object. Okay, now properties. First, friction is produced only when one body is made to move upon another body. Suppose a body is at rest. Suppose a brick is at rest on the table. Now there is no friction. If we try to move this brick, then the friction comes to act. Okay. When the body is at rest, then there is no friction. And if we try to move, or to make it move, then the friction comes to act. Okay, that's why we say friction is produced. Friction is produced when one body is made to move. Upon another body. Okay. Next, we have already seen that it tries to prevent or stop the movement of any body. We have already seen that the friction tries to prevent or stop the movement of any body. That's why a rolling ball stops after some time, or if we stop pedaling, then the cycle stops after some time. Okay, that means friction prevents the motion, or friction prevents the movement of the body. Okay. Third, suppose you see after many days the tire of any cycle, bike become thinner. Right now we have to change the tire after some days. Why? Because it become very thin. Why? Because due to the friction it wears off the surface. That means the third is friction wears off the surface. Understand? Friction wears of the surface. That's why we have to change the tire after some days. Okay. Last, which is very important, the direction of friction is in the opposite to the direction of motion. Friction has the direction in the opposite to the direction of motion. If this is the movement direction of the motion of the body, that means the ball is moving in this direction, then the friction acts in this direction. Okay, that is friction has the direction in the opposite to the direction of motion. That's why the body stops, because if applied force in this direction and friction is in this direction, then what will be the net force? This minus this. I have discussed earlier in the previous chapter, balanced force and unbalanced force. Okay, and then we have discussed about also net force. If the both forces has opposite direction, then the net force is the difference of that force. Suppose one force, this is a 10 Newton force in this direction, and this is the 5 Newton force in this direction. Okay, then what is the net force? Net force is equals to 10 minus 5 is equals to 5 Newton. And the direction obviously the direction of the greater force. That means this is the net force direction, this is the net force. If both are 5 Newton, then the net force is 0. If net force is 0, then the body does not move. That was the balanced force. Okay. So if motion occur in this direction from left to right, then the friction has the direction in opposite to the direction of the motion. Again, you can say it is a contact force. That means friction acts at the point of contact between two bodies. Okay, and we say it depends on the masses of the object. It depends on the nature of the objects. Okay, so understand? So read very well. Thank you.